Welcome back to HBF Kickstart Training. And in HBF, we talk a lot about growing our business together, building our character together, right? And why do we emphasize building our character together, right? And in HBF, some of the Zoom meeting you have also may have heard that I have shared about why we would like to, for every one of us, we have goals in life. We have certain results that we would like to achieve ahead of us, and in order to reach those results, because the results and the goals are always something that is in the future, right? But to reach there are the process that we need to focus on right now, right? And for example, if I plan to lose weight in 3 months, I would like to lose 3 kilograms, for example, right? Question right now is, what am I doing over the next 90 days to reach that? There is a process of losing that 3 kg weight. The process could include waking up early, sleeping on time, doing exercises 30 minutes a day, and very specific about what kind of exercises I do, calorie intake, watching my calorie intake. So basically there's a process that I do on a daily basis. But even to do that, also to drive the process, you have to take one step backward, and that is character, right? In order to drive that process, it requires me to be disciplined, all right? It requires me to be determined. It requires me also to be responsible. Why am I trying to lose weight? Because I want to stay healthy. Am I wanting to stay healthy? Because I want to be a responsible husband and father to my children. Because if I do not watch my health, and something happened to me, then I'm not being responsible to my wife and children. So what drive that process is character. So in HBF, we talk about having to build our character so that the character can drive the process, and the process in return lead us to the goals and results we want in life. So in HBF, we stress a lot about building our character together, right? And the other issue is, so sometimes when we come together in a platform like this, where you may have your own values, I may have my own values, you are right in your own eyes, I'm right in my own eyes. At the end of the day, if there are issues that need to be resolved, how do we resolve them? There got to be some kind of code of ethics, code of value, code of conduct. So 4 of us who founded, Timothy, myself, and the other, my 2 others who started together, we say that we're going to use the Bible as our guideline, as principle. Not because we are Christians, but it's because that we have seen that the Bible has for 3 reasons that what we have seen, right? First of all, we have seen that it is an ancient book, that the principle that is there is time proven. Yeah, the Bible is written 3,500 years ago, and today all the principles are still being applied and proven today. It was the last book that was written was over 2,000 years ago, and it remained unchanged. So the value and the principle has been used, and in fact it is now widely used around the world, because more than 5 billion copies have been sold worldwide. It's the best-selling book in the world, and in 350 over languages translated. So it's a very widely accepted book around the world. And the most important thing is it is time-tested and proven. Many of the best-selling authors of self-help book, leadership book, success book, like written by Norman Vincent Peale, Zig Ziglar, Stephen Covey, First Thing First, or 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, John Maxwell, Leadership Group. Many of them are using principles from the Bible. So what we do is we just go straight to the source, apply those principles into our lives, so that we too can be successful, in everything that we do, that we prosper. So that's the reason why we chose the Bible as a guiding principles for HBF. Yeah, and so the other thing is, in the Bible, it talks about having love and showing love and kindness, having discipline and hard work, mutual respect, being gracious, forgiving one another. There's a lot of time when we come into a platform like this, we can see we are working together, and we see people's weaknesses, but we also need to recognize that we too have our own weaknesses. So before we judge others, we too need to judge ourselves and look inwards. So how can we come together and be gracious to one another, and make this platform a platform that can be mutually beneficial to everyone in the group? Yeah, so and so I do hope that you, when you come together, let's have mutual respect and do understand where the kind of principles that we are adhering to.